Hi, welcome back to Richard's Kitchen again. Today we're going to try doing a vegan loaf. It's an experiment for me because I've never done it. And we're going to alter the recipes that I was going to go by just a little bit because I was missing a couple ingredients. So we're just going to substitute and do things our own way. That's what I really like about cooking is it doesn't have to be perfect every time. It just has to be the way you want it. So you put in what you want. This is what I'm going to do today. Hopefully it comes out well, and I hope you enjoy it. We set the stove at 350 degrees already, so that's warming up. And one of the first things I want to do is we have to take 1 can of undrained red kidney beans. We're going to have to put these in a blender, and we're going to actually add a couple of things with it. Okay, so the beans are in, and it says to add celery. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't have any celery. So today to substitute, instead of the celery, I'm going to put in some asparagus. Chop it up nice and fine, 2 cups. So we're going to add those into the blender. Okay, and that's it for the blender at this point. So we're just going to do that until it's mixed very fine. So we're going to put that in. Alright, I'll turn the blender on in a minute, but just for the time being, we're going to put the rest of the stuff into this nice great big bowl. I started out with some millet. It says to take 2 cups of millet. So what I did is I cooked 2 cups of millet, and we put that in there. And then we're going to put in some oatmeal. The oatmeal is going to be another, let's see, what should I say, 1 cup. So just 1 cup of the oatmeal. 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Made my own breadcrumbs. I made it with sourdough bread. Toasted them up. Put them in the blender and just chopped it up in the blender until those were chopped up. So I get the breadcrumbs. Then we're going to do 2 cups of, a cup and a half of walnuts. Chopped walnuts. I cheat. I put it in the blender and I just put it on pulps and I chop them up that way. Nice and easy. I believe in working smarter and not harder. Okay? Seasonings. Here we go. It's going to be 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, half a teaspoon of dried rosemary, 2 teaspoons of sea salt. Some of us don't like to use all that much salt, especially because it causes high blood pressure and other issues. So you can cut back on that if you want. You can only put in 1 or a pinch, whatever you like. Salt brings out the flavor, the seasoning. So anyways, you can do what you want on that. But the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of dried sage and 1 teaspoon of basil. So I put it all together in this bowl, got it all measured out. And we're just going to sprinkle that in there. Alright, so we got all that in together. So that's all the seasonings. That's all the ingredients. We just got to blend the beans, and we're blending the asparagus, which again, I substitute asparagus instead of celery, but you can do whatever you like with that. You can also add some carrots, shredded carrots, whatever you'd like. Actually, I think I'm going to do that now. I'll shred up some carrots and I'll add those into it. And in the meantime, the millet that I used is right here. Bob's Red Mill Millet. And I like using Bob's because just like in the song, Bob, 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 Baran, Bob, 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 Baran, Bob Baran, he's the man. Rocking and a rolling, moving and a grooving, Bob, 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 Bob's the man. Woo! Alright, I had to act silly. Some of my friends like that. Anyways, I'll be right back after I blend the beans and the asparagus It makes a lot of noise when the blender's on, so I don't want to bother your ears. So I do that. Then we're going to mix everything together. We're going to put it in a pan. We're going to stick it in the oven, and then we're going to make a sauce to go with it. All right.